channel. I have some really exciting news for you respiratory students, people already in the respiratory field. If you're thinking about respiratory, I have some very exciting news for you. So I came out with 2 new projects, and one of them is a respiratory journal. This journal is just going to keep track of your patient's organization, where you could write down vent settings and all that, and just, you know, keep track and have things written out. And then I also have a respiratory book. So this is my respiratory therapy book, and I do a lot of talking about how I got into respiratory, what I do to manage my money with respiratory, my side hustles, everything. So I talk about all of that. It's a really short book. It's 47 pages or 46 pages, something like that. But I developed this, and I'm very excited to get it out to you all. So first I want to talk about my respiratory journal. My respiratory journal is a journal that was created to help keep organization of your patients, your vent settings, everything that you do year round. You know, just keep it organized and keep track of everything, because when we're doing our rounds, sometimes like we go in the room and a nurse may be using the computer, or just even if we do chart in the computer, we still want to keep organization of our patients. And at my job, a lot of people, they create these little I would say, I guess like a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet where they have like the title volume and the minute volume and all that. So that's how they keep it organized. So I was using that when I was in the ICU, and then one day I just was like, I don't feel like using this. So I had my own journal, my own spiral journal, and I was just writing down like the vent settings and the names and everything like that. And then I was just like, I should come out with my own journal with all the settings, all the measured values, everything, because, you know, I have my own respiratory journal, and, you know, I can make money off this. And it would be good to give to respiratory therapists in the field, because you could stay organized, like I said, to just keep track of your patients, and you could have a better workflow. It will be on Lulu. I tried to put it on Amazon, but Amazon doesn't allow you to have like a spiral notebook, and I want you all to be able to rip out the pages, because, you know, of course you can't keep all that patient information. You have to shred it. So this will be sold on Lulu. I'll put the link below, and just have your vent settings organized, have your patient settings organized. This will have 150 pages, so to have 150 pages, so it's like if you have like 4 patients every shift, and you know, everybody's not in ICU every day, but if you have 4 patients every shift and you work 3 days a week, I think it's like, I don't know, this book could last for months. So you're not going to be constantly buying it. You might buy it, you know, every 6 months or every 3 months, something like that. I don't know the full calculations, but the bigger picture is this will help you keep your patients organized, see the bigger picture of what's going on, be able to give report better. Everything is going to be organized with this journal. It has a little cute cover, and it's just cute. My respiratory journal, and I believe all respiratory therapists should have this, because it will benefit you in the long run. And my key, like if you watch my earlier videos, I always talk about how you all should stay organized. Staying organized is key to being a good respiratory therapist. Staying organized, and with this book you can stay organized. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the respiratory journal. It's not too much to talk about, other than it helps you stay organized. You have a better flow at work, and yeah, so go buy it. I'm going to be selling it for $17.97, so I don't think that's too bad of a price. So get it and stay organized, and yeah, be a good boss respiratory therapist with my respiratory journal. Okay, so now let's talk about the book. This is just a proof that I got from Amazon. It's called 6-Figure Respiratory Therapist, a simple guide for a successful career in respiratory therapy. So this book, like I said, it's really short. It's only 47 pages, but there's very good information in here. My sister proofread the book for me, and she was like, oh my god, that is a really good book. Like, I'm not medical, but that is a really good book, and you do have a lot of, she said I had a lot of sense. She didn't know I had that much sense, but she was like, I have a lot of sense. So it's a lot of sense in this book. I make a lot of sense. So get this book. I'm gonna just go through the chapters, and then I'm gonna just kind of summarize and tell you a little bit of something without telling you what's fully in the book, because I need y'all to get this book. I need y'all to read this book. And right now it will only be a print version. I have to get it formatted into an ebook, but still buy the print version. And if you want an ebook, I should be developing that pretty soon. Okay, so the first chapter is uncertainty. It basically talks about me and how I got in the field. And you know, a lot of people, before they get into respiratory, they really don't know about respiratory. So it basically talks about how I got in the field and just a backstory and history of everything, what happened with me, how I got into that field. And if you've been watching my videos like since the beginning, then you know like how I got into the field, but this kind of gets deeper into that. Chapter 2 is called Student. I talk about my time as a student. I give tips for students if you are a respiratory student. I even say like if you're not a student, you can skip this chapter, but I mean it's good to read anyways. Yeah, I talk about how to be a great respiratory student, how to pass your classes, how to pass your tests. That's all. And I talk about my experience as a student. So yeah, that's chapter 2. 3 is post-grad, talking about things that you should have prepared when you are becoming a respiratory therapist right before you get right before you get into the field, talking about you know, your board exams and how you should study for them and the different board exams and getting licensed in different states and choosing what states you want to work in. All of that information will be in that 3rd chapter. Chapter 4, in the field, I talk about, you know, getting into respiratory, how to be a great respiratory therapist once you're in the field. You know, a lot of new therapists, they don't know how it's going to be, because clinicals is just like, it teaches you and you kind of get the experience, but you don't really know until you're actually in the field, and that's just the truth. So that's chapter 4. Chapter 5 is travel contracts. It talks about all the travel contracts that are out there and how everybody wants to get rich by doing travel contracts. That's the first thing that people want to do these days when they, you know, COVID got everybody thinking, oh, I'm about to be one of them people that stay in a high rise. I'm about to have me a nice behind car. That's what COVID got everybody thinking. And you can still, like I mentioned in this chapter, you could still make money and be a great travel respiratory therapist. But here is where I kind of give you tips and show you exactly how to do it. Chapter 6, balance. I talk about how to balance your social life, your relationships with being a respiratory therapist. And I have a good social life, travel, I do everything, and I also work. So I feel like I have a good balance, so I'm teaching you how to have a good balance as well. Chapter 10 is talking about negativity, and as respiratory therapists, we do deal with negativity in the workplace, whether it's your co-worker, family members, and you may or may not experience that in clinicals while you're in clinicals, but you really see it when you start working. And I deal with it a lot, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not talking about specifically my job, but I'm saying like as me being a respiratory therapist, I have dealt with negativity, and negativity is something that it's either you could deal with it, you can manage it, or you don't. And I give you options on how to deal with it, everything like that. So check out this whole book. I'm so excited to put it out. Like I never thought like I was gonna write a book before. But as about the author on the back, this is my first book, so don't be judging it or anything. I think it's really good how I did it. It's not bad or anything, but like I said, it's my first book. So yeah, buy that on Amazon. We'll put the link below. And lastly, what I would like to say before I close off this video, I'm looking at people to help me promote my book. Students especially, because you can promote it in school, show it to your teachers. Maybe they'll, you know, want to get the book as a whole class or a whole program. So I am looking for like at least 5 people. And no, I don't have the money to just give you money to promote, but what I do have as of right now is you could get a free book, 6-Figure Respiratory Therapist, a simple guide for a successful career in respiratory therapist. I don't even know my whole title down pat like that, But yes, you could get a free book and you could get a free respiratory journal. And all I need you to do is help me promote. And it doesn't just have to be college students, people also in the field. Just send me your Instagram. I haven't been on Instagram like that. I'm taking a big break from social media. So just email me at cprinstructor@alona. You know, actually, I'm going to put my email below. So I'm going to put my email below, and email me your Instagram, your information. I will check out your page, and yeah, just be a promoter for me. Anyways, I hope you all like this video, and I hope you all support my 2 new projects that I have coming out, because I'm very excited for them. I put a lot of time and effort into these, so yeah, be my supporter. Thank you.
You